Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jelson here, and today we're back with a brand new NBA video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an NBA prospect and a player that was just drafted that nobody is talking about, even though he was drafted relatively high, and that is Ben Mathurin. And you're going to have to excuse me if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, as to be frankly honest with you guys, I didn't know much about him until really recently. Watching his game in the Summer League has showed me a lot about this player. And obviously, I'm not the biggest college watcher, and I'll be the first to admit that. So I didn't know his game. But now watching the Summer League and enjoying what he's been putting on the table for the Pacers Summer League team has shown me this guy can hoop. This is a real player. This guy knows what he's doing. There's a reason he was drafted number 6 overall. So I want to start off with saying that what do I mean when I say he's underrated and nobody's talking about him? Because in an extent, people would say, well, he was drafted number 6 overall, so he's not really underrated. Well, I would say he is, because the national media, if you really look at what they're saying and what they're doing, there's almost nothing I've seen from them. There's a video here and there. Obviously, some of your NBA content creators, which respectable, because a lot of the time they're better than the actual national media. Well, they're the only ones that are making the videos on this player. And Ben is a player that needs some more hype behind him, because the Pacers really got a steal in this draft, even though he was drafted at 6. And I want to go into what makes him such a great player and how he can improve his game from what I've seen in the Summer League. Obviously, we've seen times where players in the Summer League don't perform and then end up becoming NBA superstars. Trae Young, Steph Curry, these guys that didn't perform in the Summer League but eventually do become a very, very good player. Versus you see players that perform out of their minds in the Summer League, and once the NBA comes around and the real deal happens, they are maybe less stellar than expected. I think of Kyle Kuzma, for example, where respect Kyle Kuzma, he's a very, very good player when it comes to a top tier role player, I would say. But coming into Summer League, he played well beyond anybody's expectations. And Kyle Kuzma came into the NBA after the Summer League, where people had the expectations that he was going to be some sort of star, which he never ended up becoming that type of player. But respect Kyle Kuzma, because playing for Los Angeles, you get a lot of hype, and hype can go both ways, positive and negative. So with Ben Mathurin going to the Pacers, it's a smaller market team with less media attention, as I've said. So maybe this is a good thing for the kid. Ben is a guy that maybe, for all we know, he could shine in a Los Angeles market, but for right now, it seems like he's definitely going to shine in a Pacers market. Now, if we take a quick deeper look into his stats, what he did in college, and what I've personally seen just off the stat sheet in some highlight tape that I've watched, it seems like in his first year, he was a very solid player. Obviously, a first-year player. He was not a one-and-done player. He played for 2 years with Arizona, and in his first year, he averaged 10.8 points per game. A solid stat line for a first-year freshman, right? And something that nobody can ever degrade him for. But he wasn't a one-and-done player. He shot over 40% from 3, which is an I don't even know the word, like ecstatic, astounding, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, it was very good for a 3-point percentage out of a freshman. Over 40% is something that you rarely see out of a freshman, and it's something that I very much enjoy seeing. So when you go into your second year, you expect, if you're going to get more usage, then probably the 3-point rate is going to go down, because if you're taking more 3-pointers, there's a chance you're going to miss more with more attempts. And that happened. He went to 17.7 points per game, but he shot 37% from 3. Is still a very, very good 3-point percentage. And he basically doubled his 3-point attempts from 3.5 to 6.1. So that shows me that he has room for improvement and that he is not a finished product whatsoever. There's a reason he went number 6, and that's because he can shoot the lights out, and I don't know if I would say he's sneaky athletic, but there's something about his athleticism that really does get me excited. Watching some of this summer league tape, for example, you see some of these nasty and very solid, putback dunks, just these very I don't know if I would say fundamental, but something that you don't see as often because you get so caught up in the flashy 360 East Bay dunks that Ben maybe doesn't bring to the table, but Ben brings a certain aspect of the game that is refreshing in a way. So watching Ben and his athleticism and his shooting really excites me as an NBA fan, right? I want to see players that can do it all, can dunk, can play defense, can shoot, and Ben is certainly one of those players. I'm not going to speak too much on his defensive side of the ball, as I have not seen as much as I probably could have, but what I will say is that Ben is a very active player. He's a guy that will hustle for just about anything. I don't know if I'd compare him to a Pat Bev type of hustle or Jared Vanderbilt, but that type of hustle is something that I kind of saw in the summer league, that if you have a guy that's sneaky, in a way athletic, a guy that can shoot the lights out, and he hustles for everything, that right there is an outline for a star player in this league. So I wanted to bring up the question, does Ben Mathurin make the Pacers a future playoff team? The Pacers just signed DeAndre Ayton as of today, and we'll see if that goes through. The Suns have 48 hours to match, and I will probably post a video on that. But Tyreese Haliburton, a guy that, coming into the league was also underrated himself and ended up becoming, what we see today, a guy that's a 40% three-point shooter, a good playmaker, and a sneakily good defender for his size. So we could see a very great dynamic duo between those two players, and I'm excited to see what they have to offer in the years to come. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about Ben Mathurin in the comments down below. The Pacers and Pacers fans, you guys have a stud, and I'm excited to watch you guys this year. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.